celebrity and you want to be in the spotlight, everything. Like, I feel like the fact that he didn't get arrested is basically almost celebrity privilege or rich privilege because, bro, if I got in a fight in high school and broke a security guard neck, I promise you I'd been in deep, deep trouble.
Yeah, right. No doubt. I don't know, man. You never know. Like, the details are always, yeah, the devil's always in the details on something like this. And, like, when you're talking about minors, too, you're talking about people who aren't 18 years of age. One, oftentimes you can't be arrested or tried as an adult. Two, oftentimes we have no idea what goes on in the juvenile justice system because these kids are not 18 years old. This happens all the time in high school recruiting where you hear about, such and such a school was backing off of a prospect because of red flags. And then you try to dig into what those red flags are, and you hit a stone wall real quick because juvenile court records are not privy to, like, open records requests because they involve minors. And so, like, you never know, like, what's going on behind the scenes there. And then it's kind of the same thing. Like, you remember the quarterback Jaden DeLaura, who was at Washington State, for a while, and, like, same deal with him. He had stuff going on when he was a juvenile that, like, hindered him as a prospect that then ends up getting settled outside of court. And so you never know what's going on behind the scenes, but I guarantee you these NFL executives, they've got tentacles and investigators and ways of finding out information. And, this is the type of thing that could really impact them.
Man, I could talk college football with you all day, but I got to switch gears for just a second because we got a lot of players out there who are in the draft pool and also the transfer portal. The deadline's it's like coming up. Is it today or tomorrow? I mean, it's right around the corner.
Midnight tomorrow, yeah.
Midnight tomorrow, that's right. So we're going to be finding out, like, how big is this right now around the college landscape and how could it change things?
Oh, it's huge. I mean, look at Mark Sears at Alabama. He would be the preseason SEC player of the year if he withdraws from the draft. But, he's kind of got that undersized, left-handed, scoring guard thing going for him, a la Jalen Brunson, right? That's a pretty good comparison to have right now. And so, could he stay in the draft? He's already played 4 years of college basketball. Yeah, he could, and Alabama would still be good. But, man, if he comes back, we're talking about Alabama as a top-5 team going into next season. So that's a big one. And then you got Alex Caravan over at UConn. If he stays in the draft class, then UConn's not going to have a single starter back from the national title team. And so that would be a huge loss for the Huskies. So he's one to keep an eye on. And then, of course, the third kind of big name that everybody knows is Caleb Love, who is coming off of a huge year at Arizona. And he's got a chance to really, really bolster that Arizona roster if he comes back. So those are three right there off the top. Now, of course, none of those guys are in the portal. You got 10 more who you mentioned that I ranked, who are in the portal but also in the draft. And if they withdraw from the draft, then they're going to be high stakes, like big time NIL money sort of college players who are still going to be on the market going into June. So, like, that's where we are in college basketball right now. You could have 10 guys who are like top 200 players in the sport available on the free agency market in college basketball if they withdraw from the draft here in the next 36 hours or so.
So pretty much 100% sure David Jones, though, he'll be back in Memphis, right?
You never say 100%. I mean, you just don't want to go there until that deadline. But, yeah, I would think, right, it's got to be trending in that direction because you're really not hearing a whole lot about, his professional options right now. So, maybe he gets that two-way offer from some team and that's enough for him. But I kind of doubt it. It feels to me like Memphis has left a spot open, left a role open for him. I know there's some cash waiting on him if he decides to come back to Memphis. So I'd expect him to be back on Memphis, but, man, you never know. All it takes is one franchise to say, hey, look, we're going to sign you if you stay in the draft. And, so you never say never, but I think Memphis is in a pretty good spot with David Jones.
You run in so many circles. I have no idea if you've ever had the fortune, but Bill Walton passed away at 71 years old. Did you ever run across him?
No, I never did meet Bill Walton. I'm trying to think. I don't think I covered any games that he called. I feel like I would remember if I had. But, yeah, man, what a loss and what a sort of poetic, sad irony that, as the Pac-12 goes, then Bill Walton does too, because he was the biggest proponent and champion of that conference. And, nobody loves the Pac-12 any more than Bill Walton. And so anyway, real sad to see that news of him passing yesterday.
Yeah, no, that's what, like, I mean, the Conference of Champions. You constantly heard him talking about it. But, man, David, I appreciate your time. Everybody follow him at David W. Cobb. Read his work at CBSSports.com. What you got coming down the pipe?
Oh, man, just a lot of coverage of this draft deadline, like big decisions at stake, and then got an NBA mock draft. So I still got to figure out who am I going to send to the Memphis Grizzlies in this mock draft. I kind of like where they're at. I think they got a shot to get somebody. I mean, like the draft isn't great. It's not great at the top, but, you know, I still think this is one of those drafts where you could look back and the guys who are taking like 8 through 15, they end up being just as good or better than the guys taking 1 through 7. So I think they got a chance to come out of this draft feeling okay about themselves.
Man, I know a lot of people out there want Dalton Knecht to come to the Grizzlies.
Hey, I wouldn't be mad about that. I think he fits, too, because he's an older guy. Like, you think about the Grizzlies' window here. I don't know that you want the 18-year-old project right now to try to get
Not
up.
when you're trying to win.
Exactly. And then Dalton Knecht, he's still a really good prospect. So, I mean, it would make sense. He's one of those veteran guys who you could plug in and get something from pretty early. And I think that might fit what the Grizzlies are looking for.
Man, Cobb, thanks for your time. Have a great week, my friend.
All right, man. I appreciate it.
That is David W. Cobb. Follow him on Twitter, David W. Cobb. Read his work at CBSSports.com, and always listen to him right here on a beautiful Tuesday. And he joins our good buddy Brett Norsworthy and Brian Dacus on Mondays. We got to take a quick timeout. I'm out here at TPC Southwind for the 36th annual John Bull Bramlett Memorial Golf Classic presented by the Greater Memphis FCA. Back in Two Shakes, Sports 56, 98.5 FM.
Join the voice of the Tigers, Dave Woloshin, for Wolo and Friends. Weekday mornings from 10 to 11 here on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM.
I'm Gary York. I'm the service director at Lexus of Memphis. Our service department wants to be more than just a place where you get your oil changed. We do glass repair, windshield replacement, recalibration of your camera and sonar systems, even wheel repair, tire replacement, all the things you would expect from a luxury automotive dealer. Please check out our website. You can schedule your appointment, check out our specials, hours of operation, or if you'd like to do it in person, please reach out to one of our associates at 901-271-5199.
As the seasons change, so does the need for reliable home comfort. It's time to turn to the experts with Choates, where your family's comfort is our top priority. Right now, Choates is making it easier than ever to upgrade your home's climate control with our exceptional Carrier systems. There's never been a better time to enhance your comfort. Select from incredibly low monthly payments, 36 months no interest financing, or choose our $1,650 Cool Cash rebate instead and lower the upfront cost on select Carrier systems. It's not just savings, it's Cool Cash in your pocket. Low monthly payments, no interest financing, or Cool Cash rebates? Whatever you choose, you're choosing quality, reliability, and the trusted service of Choates. Call us today at 347-8086 or visit ChoatesHVAC.com to learn more about these incredible savings. But hurry, these deals are as fleeting as a cool breeze on a hot day. Choates, let our family serve your family.
Hot wings, what's your favorite flavor? The Crazy Coop, America's premier wing destination, has 32 delicious flavors to choose from and counting. Like the Crazy Lemon Twist, a savory, zesty, and citrusy taste of fresh lemon twist. The Jalapeno Cheddar, an acidic and spicy flavor completed with a burst of sharp cheddar. Or Crazy Sweet Heat, tangy sweetness followed by the heat. And that's just 3 of the amazing 32 chicken wing seasonings that you can get at the Crazy Coop in Bartlett at 7199 Stage Road. Some like it hot. How about the Crazy Sweet Lemon Pepper Hot or Crazy Suicide? Can't take the heat? Get the 4-cheese roasted garlic or barbecue bacon bourbon. Ask about the Crazy Coop Special. Choose from 3 whole wings or 6 party wings, fries, and drink, all for just $9.99. Now those are some crazy good prices. The Crazy Coop, 7199 Highway 64 between Appling and Kirby Whitten. Family owned and operated, The Crazy Coop, America's premier wing destination.
Gas, groceries, utilities, you name it, the price of everything is going up, and if you're stuck in a bad timeshare with rising maintenance fees, the financial burden can be crushing. It is time to get your finances in order and get the real facts about that timeshare that you are stuck in and your options to get rid of it. Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group, has been helping families out of horrible timeshares for over 10 years and has put together a complete timeshare exit information kit that he will send you absolutely free. To date, over 30,000 families have trusted Wesley Financial Group to help them out of financial hardship by getting them out of bad timeshares. Get the facts about how the timeshare industry works and your options for cancellation. Simply call Wesley now for your free timeshare exit kit and see how you can become timeshare free. Call 800-462-3333. That's 800-462-3333. Once again, 800-462-3333.
Get ready because the Gossett Mitsubishi Motors Summer Sales Event is on, and now is the best time to buy. You want 43 MPG Highway? We Gossett in 2024 Mitsubishi Mirage, $18,960 or $279 a month. 2024 Mitsubishi Outlander Sport. We Gossett, $27,350 or $399 per month. And your summer adventure starts with 2024 Mitsubishi Outlander SE. We Gossett, $29,865 or $449 a month. Plus, every Gossett Mitsubishi comes with Mitsubishi's 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain limited warranty. That's Gossett Mitsubishi, 1870 Covington Pike, online 24/7 at memphismitsubishi.com.
If you want it, we Gossett and Gossett Motor Cars.
Mirage RHFO 9083, MSRP 19460, Sport RUO 110 764, MSRP 28070, Outlander RZO 53896, MSRP 30895, PF 695, acquisition fee 595, 15 cents excess mileage, excludes tax, title, and license. See dealer for complete details. Offer valid to end of the month with approved credit dealer stock only.
Now you want to get nuts? Come on, let's get nuts.
Now back to Sports 56 Happy Hour on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. Here once again, Johnny Radio.
Welcome back to a little Sports 56 Happy Hour. I'm your buddy Johnny Radio. It's a beautiful Tuesday in the Mid-South. I hope you had a wonderful Memorial Day weekend. Again, to all those Gold Star families, we love you. And again, to all those people who passed, thank you for your sacrifice and your service. We are out here still doing wonderful things, and we're doing a little service today ourselves. We're at the I'm at TPC Southwind. Man, I'm looking out at the golf course. I'm excited I get to play. I'm out here because it's the 36th annual John Bull Bramlett Memorial Golf Classic presented by Greater Memphis FCA. On the other side, we are talking with Jeremy Wilbur. He's of FCA. He's going to tell what we're doing, what we're raising, how it is that we go out there and reach these wonderful athletes. So we are breaking that all down at 12. Don't forget, we got Hardwood because it feels so good. But I got to remind you, this is very important. And, man, I was so grateful that I went down to Frontier Western Store at 5880 Goodman Road down in Olive Branch, got me some great boots. You can go down there. They have the largest boot showroom in the world. Western boots, work boots, dress boots. You name it, they got it, and they can dress you from head to toe. They got hats, shirts, pants, jeans, and they got all kinds of shoes. Dude, they got Hey Dude shoes. Hey, dude. Hey, dude. And they also have a ladies' boutique, a children's department. And if you can't make it to Olive Branch, you can always shop online at frontierwesternstore.com. On the other side, Jeremy Wilbur from FCA. We are out here at TPC Southwind. This is Sports 56, 98.5 FM.
You make the change. You rearrange me till I'm sane. You lock the door. Throw away the key. There's someone in my head, but it's not me.
Hewlett & Dunn Boot and Clothing Company, we have it all. From handmade Amish leather belts, fine and casual clothing, boots, casual boots, work boots, fancy boots, and even safety-toed boots. Lots of cowboy hats to choose from, even Nebo lights, good-looking duck head dress shirts, duck head caps, shorts, and pants. Tons of jeans from Ariat, Wrangler, Devil Dog, and Kimes Ranch jeans. At Hewlett & Dunn, we have a great selection of Old South t-shirts and caps. Fine clothing from dress to casual to Sunday best. Enjoy choosing from UFO's orthopedic-approved shoes. Hewlett & Dunn Boot and Clothing Company. Boots of every size, every color, every skin. Great quality Western, work, and safety toe boots. Hewlett & Dunn Boots and Clothing Company. 111 North Center Street, Collierville. Hewlett & Dunn. Hewlett and Dunn, serving you and your family since 1961.
Seasons change. Why not your tech? Upgrade now during the Dell Technologies Summer Sale event and save on select PCs like the XPS 16, powered by Intel Core processors. You'll be able to bring your most intensive projects to life with built-in AI, minimalistic design, immersive visuals, and cinematic audio. When you shop online at Dell.com/deals, you'll have access to exceptional tech and electronics plus free shipping on everything. Amazing prices await you for a limited time only at Dell.com/deals. That's Dell.com/deals.
Life insurance. Why are you putting it off? Can't afford it? Too much hassle? Think you don't need it? There's lots of excuses for putting off life insurance. But if you weren't there, who would pay the mortgage and other bills? With Ethos, you could be covered in 10 minutes and boom, family protected. Ethos, fast and easy online term life insurance. Up to $2 million in coverage with no medical exam. Some policies as low as $1 a day. Answer a few health questions and get your free quote at getethos.com. That's getethos.com.
You've heard of James Gaddis Jewelers, but have you heard what they've done lately? Everything! A tremendous selection of diamonds and jewels, gold, silver, and much more. Lots of watches, tons of custom-made jewelry, fine gemstones, bracelets, necklaces, so many choices. Romantics will love the one-of-a-kind estate and vintage jewelry. James Gaddis has experts to help you with wedding and engagement rings, plus 2 repair experts for fine watches and jewelry. Layaway and financing available. James Gaddis Jewelers at 4900 Poplar.
We are Sports 56, WHBQ Memphis, and W253 DF Memphis. Flynn Broadcasting Stations.
But you got to be willing to take the hit and not pointing fingers saying you ain't where you want to be because of him or her or anybody. Cowards do that, and that ain't you. You're better than that.
Now, back to Sports 56 Happy Hour on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. This hour is brought to you by Tito's Vodka. Here once again, Johnny Radio.
Welcome back to a little Sports 56 Happy Hour. I'm your buddy Johnny Radio. We're out here at TPC Southwind for the 36th annual John Bull Bramlett Memorial Golf Classic. It is presented by the Greater Memphis FCA. We're being joined right now by Jeremy Wilbur. Like, you know, that amazing pig from Charlotte the Web, Wilbur? Oh, yeah, that's one amazing pig. But this is one amazing tournament. Jeremy, first and foremost, thanks for joining me. And can you kind of give a little overview of basically how long you've been a part of this tournament and what this golf tournament is here? Like, what are we raising money for today?
Yeah, no, exactly. Thank you first for just the opportunity to join. Thank you for being here and all that even Sports 56 does for us year in and year out. So as far as my involvement with FCA is, this is my 17th year with FCA, 17th John Bull Bramlett Memorial Golf Classic. And man, just excited to be here. The opportunity we have, what is this event for? The whole with this event is we take the funds that we bring in for this event and we help send kids to camp from the greater Memphis community. So we send camps this summer. We'll have, with all the camps that we do, we'll have a little over 1,000 athletes in the community that participate in camps. And so the funds that come in from here go to a scholarship fund named after Don Bramlett, who is Bull Bramlett's son, who passed away a little over a year ago. We send that to a scholarship fund for him because FCA Camp changed his life. And so in his honor, we want to provide funds to change the life of other kids in greater Memphis.
Man, you're saying that you're going to help change the lives of over 1,000 kids.
We will have the opportunity to share with over 1,000 kids over the months of June, July, and August that we'll get to share ultimately the hope that's found in Christ.
That is that's just amazing. How long is this camp, by the way?
Yeah, so it's different camps. So we have a camp next week, actually, is a first camp to where we're taking a local high school basketball team to a camp for 3 days in Knoxville. That they'll participate as their team. They'll play games against teams from all over the state. And then the end of June, we'll take a little over 100 kids to a camp in Knoxville as well. That's where our state does our camps. And then August 1st through 3rd, we do a big local football camp here in our area. And we'll have close to 20 teams, which will put you at about 800-900 kids, depending on the size of those schools, that'll participate. They come in, they participate in a scrimmage. We share with them, feed them. All those type things. So it's different things throughout the summer, but overall summer we'll have a little over 1,000 kids.
Man, I thought I had a rewarding job. I love my job, don't get me wrong. the things that you get to do for people in the Mid-South. You get to go camping all summer. You get to be around a bunch of athletes. You get to share Christ with them. Like this is like, number one, this is awesome. But I know like somebody out there is listening and they're like, whoa, this is the 36th annual John Bull Bramlett Memorial Golf Classic. I love the FCA. It meant a lot to me. If they want to participate next year, how do they do that?
Yeah, so if you want to participate in this tournament, we normally start sending stuff out. You can find it on our website somewhere around March, April. Every year is when we start putting the information out. Or you can even send us an email to memphisfca@fca.org, and we can go ahead and put an email on file to be able to send you information when that starts. And then if you want to be involved in FCA in general, same way. Fill out the go to MemphisFCA at fca.org and send an email, or you can go to our website and click on Get Involved, and you can fill out that form, and it'll let us know as well.
I love sports. Absolutely love them. We do our sports talk show, every day. Just a sports junkie. How is it that you use sports, and how do you use that basically, like different teams and athletes to spread the word? Yeah,
so sports. I tell people all the time. You even read scripture, right? And there's a lot of comparisons to sports, right, and to an athlete, and what it looks like to be a part of a team, what it looks like to love your teammate, right, what it looks like to be disciplined, what it looks like to sacrifice, right, all those things. And so we tie all that in. I tell people all the time when we go into schools, and we want to show them what it looks like, right, what the love of Christ looks like, but we want to show them what does it look like to be somebody who looks like Christ. And then we get to share with them about the love that Christ had and the fact that he sent his son to die for them. And so we use sports and discipline and talk about, hey, running lines, right? When you're running sprints, what does the coach always tell you? Go all the way to the line. Your average person, even me as an adult, what do? I get close, and I'm like, that's good enough, right? And so we can talk about, hey, that's good enough, but that's good enough doesn't make you who it is God created you to be. Right, and I can use sport to challenge them to be who it is God created them to be, and not who it is the world says they should be. Because the world nowadays says it's all about you.
Correct.
Right, but in sport, it can't be all about you, or your team's not going to be very successful.
That is the absolute truth. And I'm also thinking to myself that, in high school, some of these athletes are the big man on campus. And I feel like if you reach them, sometimes the effect that they can have on the student body and the people around them sometimes can even be more profound than just maybe a teacher or somebody who walks in, just your average Joe. Like if you look up to that person and you enjoy watching them play football, basketball, or baseball, like hearing them talk about Christ has got to give you, like, because when I was young, to be honest with you, it was so uneasy for me.
Right.
So uneasy. I was uncomfortable. Didn't know how exactly I really felt, and it always felt better from some of the older guys who have walked it and lived it and believed in it. When they pass that down to you, it's a lot easier to handle it from somebody that you're kind of aspiring to be like. So I feel like, reaching out to the athletes has got to be a great vehicle.
Everybody knows what the athlete's doing in the school, right? Whether you're an athlete or not, you know who the athletes are. You know who the star athletes are. And our desire is, man, if we can impact them and they realize their life is all about who Christ created them to be, man, we can change the hope that is in a school. Because now no longer are they competing for accolades, so to speak. They're competing because they understand the Lord's blessed them with the ability to go out there and play. And we've got examples of that. We had a kid that spoke here last year. I don't know if you
I was here. Yes, I did. It was great.
And his whole thing is, man, the FCA impacted his life. He went back to his school that did not have an FCA, and because he was the star football player, in his example, even to this day, they now still have 30 to 40 athletes that show up every Friday afternoon for FCA. And it all started because this guy said, hey, you know what? I'm going to be bold about my life with Christ.
And that's the thing. Like, when you look at these athletes, when we think of like Bill Walton who passed, like these people who lived the good life, it feels like once you almost start walking in Christ, that everything else around you always seems to get a little bit easier. Does it not?
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. If I walk in with Christ, right, and understand who Christ is, there's a piece that I don't have to worry about. As hard as the world is, and that's what we tell kids nowadays, man, as tough as the world is out there, right, man, Christ still loves me, right? As much as I might not have a father figure in my life, man, I have a father. I have a heavenly Father who loved me so much that he gave up his son for me and for them, right? So now my purpose is even different. My purpose is not to go out and play a sport. My purpose is to use what the Lord's given me and just realize, man, it's okay if I make a mistake. God's love for me doesn't change. I can drop a football. God's love for me doesn't change. I can give up a touchdown. His love doesn't change.
This is just absolutely beautiful. I love this. FCA 36th Annual John Bull Bramlett Memorial Golf Classic presented by the Greater Memphis FCA. I'm talking with Jeremy Wilbur. He's been running the FCA for the last 17 years. I feel like you have a unbelievable job, the things that you get to do in your community. I'm kind of curious, is one of the coolest things about your job over the last 17 years watching these kids who go to these camps come up, like make friends with people who, that otherwise they would never have in contact, and watch them kind of grow and mature and then help other people throughout?
Yeah, no, I mean, exactly. We take kids. I mean, the beauty of what FCA is, Greater Memphis FCA is Shelby, Tipton, and Fayette County. And so when we do events and camps, man, we're able to take a kid from inner city Memphis and put them with a kid from Tipton County, put them with a kid from Fayette County, put them with a kid from a private school, from all areas. And you know what? They come together and realize they're just all teenagers that are trying to figure it out, right? They all have similarities. The world tells you that they don't. The world tells you one's better than the other. But when they get around each other, they realize, man, we're just all teenagers, and we actually have a lot more in common than what even the world might say that we do, based on where we live or where we go to school.
Now, if somebody out there is listening and driving today and they just feel compelled that they want to donate to the FCA, how would they do that?
Yeah, so same thing. You go to our website, memphisfca.org, and there's a spot on there that says Donate Now, and you can go that way, or you can send us an email, and we can give you the address to mail a check if that's something you would like to do as well. But the easiest way is to go to our website, memphisfca.org, click on the Donate Now, and it'll take you to the donation page to where you could potentially come alongside and partner with us as we do everything we can to impact these coaches and athletes with the love of Christ.
Long time ago when I was back in high school, the FCA had a lot to do with our football team and baseball team. And again, it helped me a whole lot because it was easy to be bad. It was easy to run in the wrong crowd. It was easy to, think that, parents and teachers didn't know anything. Those things were the easy. The hard part was being responsible for yourself, believing in God, putting others first. Those were the hard things. But when you start walking around people who are of that same ilk and that like, it's amazing how much easier it can become. And there's a, great buddy of mine, Matt. If I didn't become friends with him, I don't know if I would ever walk that journey. So, that's one of the coolest things about Fellowship of Christian Athletes is that these young men actually can see and learn what it's like to, be at peace and care about others and not just self. So I love the FCA. And again, if you want to join, if you want to donate, all you have to do is go to memphisfca.org, hit the button. If you want to be part of the golf tournament next year, we get a great lunch. We're going to have an amazing speaker, and we are going to go out there and play one of the best dead-gum golf courses in the world. We'll be here at TPC Southwind. If you want to be a part of it, go ahead, make the plan, get some teams out here, raise money. And again, it's to send a bunch of kids to camp, otherwise who probably wouldn't get the opportunity to go to camp. A bunch of kids who probably wouldn't get the opportunity to hear the Word of God. They're going to get to have this opportunity, and I know it's going to be very effective, and you're going to touch a lot of lives. Yeah. Jeremy, I appreciate everything. Can you tell people who we have today speaking?
Yeah, so today speaking we have Coach Staples. Coach Staples, who is the athletic director at Middle College High School. So Coach Staples, athletic director at Middle College High School, and also the head football coach there. He's going to be sharing. And then we also have two athletes, Corey and Kelly, who will be here to share as well. They both are athletes at Westwood High School, and so they're going to come share.
They're still in high school?
They're going to come share about their camp experience.
Sounds crazy. I talk on the radio. You would think I would never be shy or anything. When I was young, I couldn't imagine going and talk to a room of adults. That would be so uncomfortable for me. The fact that these young men can come out there and do this and speak about Christ is just so impressive. You can tell that it's working. How long have you been with these two young men?
Yeah, so these two guys, Corey's been a little longer. Kelly went to camp with us last year and gave his life to Christ at camp, and we've had some staff that have kind of invested in him over the last year. And to be honest with you, even him sharing today, we did a video that we showed back at our prayer breakfast that we do with the Liberty Bowl, and he was very shy and timid on that video, but even in the last 6 months, now he's willing to come and share to 175, 200 people about what camp meant to him. And a year ago, there's no way he would have got up in front of. But we've had the opportunity to come alongside and love on him, right, and help him understand who he is in Christ and help him understand that, man, what he has to share that people want to hear.
Sometimes we forget that, Christ and being a part of the, the good book and the word, that we forget it's just simple, basically, is love. Like,
exactly.
It is straight up pure love, loving other people, loving, yourself, loving your family, your friends, your relationship with the Lord, and going out there and doing the good works. Jeremy, you're doing those good works. What other events you got coming down the pipe this year?
Yeah, so, we've got the camps this summer, but then we do a big high school golf tournament that we kick off the start of the year. So it's a high school golf tournament where we bring in last year, I think we had 172 high school golfers. So pretty much every school in the area participates in that. We actually have some that even come up from North Mississippi to participate. So we have that. That's in September. I told you about our football camp in August. And then we have a big international soccer event that we do in October, to where we have the international community comes out, and we have 16 countries represented, and they come out and play soccer all day. For the same goal, right?
16 countries?
Yep, 16 countries represented from the international community in Memphis. They actually have to represent the country that they're from. And so we'll have 16 countries out participating in that. They play soccer all day. We feed them lunch, and same thing, share with them the love of Christ and come alongside and love on them.
How much has soccer grown in the last 17 years since you've been working?
It has grown. It has grown. Even my knowledge of soccer has grown. So I'm learning more and more, but soccer is huge in the area, and especially in some of the international communities. So we actually even just recently are bringing a staff person on strictly to minister to internationals. And so that Cup of Nations is what that's called, Memphis Cup of Nations. So kind of the camps, high school golf tournament, Memphis Cup of Nations, and before we know it, we'll be at our Liberty Bowl prayer breakfast and back at it again, preparing for this tournament. So.
Now, if you want to be a part of the 37th annual John Bull Bramlett Memorial Golf Classic, which is, again, presented by the Greater Memphis Area FCA. Make sure you go to memphisfca.org, send them an email, get ready. It's a lot of fun, and you don't have to be a great golfer. Are you any good at golf?
I just come out and enjoy playing. I get my money's worth.
I have a lot of fun. Eli and Greg are when I played with Greg, but Mike and all them, they're always so embarrassed because my clubs, I think, are from 1988. And they're my grandmother's clubs. My bag is old as I am.
But you get to come out and play TPC Southwind.
I was getting ready to say, but I come out there. The funny thing is, though, I hit them longer and straighter than those fools.
Yeah. Old clubs, I got it.
Man, I'm telling you, people, be a part of the FCA. Help donate. Go to memphisfca.org. Help these young people grow into their relationship with Christ so they can go out there and continue to help other people. Jeremy, thank you for your time. Be blessed. We're going to take a quick time out. We're going to be back in 2 shakes. We've got Hardwood because it feels so good. Sports 56, 98.5 FM.
From the Family Leisure Studio, we are Sports 56 and 98.5 FM.
Locally owned and operated for over 40 years, Automatic Gates Construction tailors custom gate solutions for all your residential, commercial, and industrial needs, including repairs, maintenance, and installation. Automatic Gates Construction specializes in designing and installing automatic gates and fencing that seamlessly blends security, functionality, and aesthetic appeal. Elevate the safety and efficiency of your property with a premium gate solution. Automatic Gates Construction at myautomaticgates.com.
If you're 55 and up, T-Mobile has plans built just for you. Like 2 lines of talk, text, and data for just $30 a line. That's a 45% savings versus Verizon and AT&T. Experience all this and more on America's largest 5G network. At T-Mobile, customers 55 and up can get 2 lines of talk, text, and data for just $30 a line. Switch today.
With AutoPay using debit or bank account plus taxes and fees, 45% off 2 lines versus AT&T Starter and Verizon Welcome Plan. Benefits vary. See details.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance engineer, he hears things differently. To the untrained ear, everything on his shop floor might sound fine, but he can hear gears grinding or a belt slipping. So he steps in to fix the problem at hand before it gets out of hand. And he knows Grainger's got the right product he needs to get the job done, which is music to his ears. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
includes all rebates and incentives. Price excludes $695 PF. Lease includes PF $695. $650 acquisition fee. EV6 P5610964. MSRP $50,200. Telluride RG 510 849. MSRP 38305. Forte LXS RE780 169. MSRP 21820. Must finance through Hyundai. Excludes tax, title, and license. See dealer for complete details. Offer valid through 5/31/2024 with approved credit. Dealers.com.
I got Jeff Allen on the line to hear about some crazy deals happening at Gossett Kia Southbound Moriah.
Randy, I'd love to give all our customers our best deal. 2024 Kia Forte LXS gets 41 MPG Highway, $199 a month, $34.99 due at signing. 282 miles EPA estimated range will get you where you want to go in the 2023 Kia EV6 Win, $249 a month, plus a 2024 Telluride LX, $357 a month. Both $39.99 due at signing and 24-month lease.
And 0% for 48 months on 2024 EV9 and peace of mind with a 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain limited warranty.
So whether you live in Horn Lake, South Haven, Olive Branch, or Memphis, we'll make you happy at Gossett Kia South on Mount Moriah.
Today, I consider myself the luckiest man on the face of the earth.
Now, back to Sports 56 Happy Hour on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. This hour is brought to you by Tito's Vodka. Here once again, Johnny Radio.
Welcome back to a little Sports 56 Happy Hour. I'm your buddy Johnny Radio. It's a beautiful Tuesday. We're hanging out here out at TPC Southwind. You know we got it going on today because we're going to play a little golf around 2 o'clock today. It's the 36th annual John Bull Bramlett Memorial Golf Classic presented by Greater Memphis FCA. Now, this isn't the only FCA golf tournament going on. You didn't get to be a part of this one this year? Well, you can still be a part of next year's, the 37th annual, or August 26th, we're going to be down in Olive Branch at Cherokee Valley. We're going to be doing the same thing, raising money, playing golf, having fun, all to help out a bunch of kids, learn about Christ. So come and join us August 26th at Cherokee Valley, and make sure you're out here next year at the 37th annual John Bull Bramlett Memorial Golf Classic at TPC Southwind. Now, we've had a lot of stuff going on. We've had Bill Walton pass, sadly, 71 years old. Pac-12, disappears before our eyes, and then sadly Bill Walton. We also had very, very bad news if you're a Braves fan. Ronald Acuna tore his other ACL, the one that, he tore his ACL a couple years ago. They did win the World Series, by the way, that year that he did tear it. Comes back, wins the MVP, and then tears his other ACL. Heartbreaking news for him. Again, one of the most electric players. And the reason I think of Bill Walton and of Ronald Acuna, because I'm worried that Ronald Acuna might have a little Bill Walton in him. And what I mean is he could be one of those athletes that we constantly talk about. What if? What if? What if Bill Walton didn't have knee and foot problems? How great could Bill Walton have been? Constantly injured, dealing with it, always overcame. Now you have Ronald Acuna, who won the MVP last year, stole 70 bases, hit 40 bombs, one of the top 3 position players in all of baseball, and now 2 out of the last 4 seasons, he's going to miss almost the majority of the season because of an ACL tear. And how electric can you be on the bases coming back from yet another ACL injury? I don't know, man. It's a pretty sad situation for Braves fans right now.
John?
Now, in baseball, go ahead.
When you said that you think Acuna might have a little bit of Bill Walton in him, I thought you meant that he was going to, after playing baseball, just follow the Grateful Dead around and live in the wilderness and only talk about Pac-12 basketball. But you were talking about something far different, I guess.
Yeah, I was actually just talking about like some of those athletes. Like we always think about Bo Jackson, what if? Like, what if he doesn't run down that sideline when he's playing for the Raiders and completely, destroy his hip, pulled his hip completely out of socket.
Could you imagine
no blood was getting
Acuna
to
being
it,
a
and it died.
deadhead?
Actually, it would be awesome. I think everybody should be a deadhead. Wake up to find out that you are the eyes of the world. Man, Acuna, though. But that's just some sad news for around baseball for that whole situation. Plus, we have a bunch of pitchers getting injured. And right now, Angel Hernandez, by the way, the much... I guess, I don't want to talk about, say, the word hate, but was there anybody around baseball that actually liked Angel Hernandez.
No.
Like, have you ever heard the only thing that I can tell you that I actually liked about Angel Hernandez is he gave me multiple occasions of hysteria and laughter. Go back, I retweeted it yesterday at Johnny_radio, John Boy Media, when Bryce Harper got called for swinging at a ball that he definitely didn't swing at and got called out by Angel Hernandez. There is a good minute and 30 second of Bryce Harper losing his damn mind. Also, just sticking with the Phillies, Kyle Schwarber had one of those great ones. Remember in the playoffs when CC Sabathia went to the podium and basically said that Angel Hernandez is trash. Nobody likes him. He's the worst umpire in the history of baseball, and just went in on him. So, like he's given you some funny memories, but my goodness, if there was anybody who would be who probably pushed us closer to getting rid of umps and go into the automatic balls and strikes, it was probably Angel Hernandez. He might have been the worst behind the dish I've ever seen. Like, go and watch some funny things on Twitter about my guy. It's insane. Now, sticking with baseball, this is, we're about to do a little bit of Hardwood, and I got a conspiracy theory that I want to get to you. But before I do, I did want to remind you, Hardwood is brought to you by Tito's Handmade Vodka, crafted and distilled in the United States in Austin, Texas, 6 times distilled, then stilled in classic copper pots. Unique flavor, slightly sweet, black pepper note, balances everything out, whether you're crafting a cocktail or drinking it neat. Get your Tito's on today. Let's go to Hardwood.
This is Access Hardwood.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. We got the NCAA baseball tournament getting ready to start up. 64 teams are going to battle for the right to call themselves the national champs. The brackets are out, and there were some interesting things that went on this weekend. And in fact, a lot of people were thinking that there's a little conspiracy team thing going on out there, because I got to tell you, there's a couple teams that did not make the tournament. Now, whenever you invite 64 teams, there's always a few teams that feel like they got snubbed. There's a couple of them that really did. Most notably, I would say TCU, California, College of Charleston. You had the Cougars, by the way, who ripped off 41 wins, won the CAA regular season crown. They lost in the finals in the championship of the tournament to UNC Wilmington. Despite all their success, they were not selected by the selection committee. Charleston baseball coach, he completely went off on that whole situation. He said, if you told me before the weekend that we had to win the tournament to get in, I would have said that would be criminal. We won the regular season. We had one of the best seasons, period. You don't judge somebody on, 2 or 3 days. You judge them on the 3 months of the regular season. They got left out. Now, the other teams have been complaining too. Cal went completely off after 36-win campaign. Now, here's why a lot of these teams that went off. Because the last 4 teams that were considered the bubble teams, they all made the tournament. Those 4 teams were expected to be in. They got snubbed. The interesting thing is, all 4 of the bubble teams, they all had their athletic directors on the committee. That's right. I'm talking about Kansas State was on the bubble. Their AD's on the board. Florida, Indiana. It's crazy. TCU was snubbed despite a top 15 schedule, and 3-1 against K-State, who made it. So right now, college baseball is not going to be, headlining everything. But damn, dude, it really does look like, if you look at these resumes, that the ADs on the committee got what they wanted, and the teams that didn't have somebody representing them, they got left out. Again, it kind of reminds me of a little bit of privilege. And that always makes me go back to something that I've been talking about all day, which I just find to be absolutely crazy. And that's the Shiloh Sanders. Shiloh Sanders, son of Deion Sanders, brother, of course, of the great quarterback Shedeur Sanders. Older brother, wants to be an NFL player, pretty good little football player.